Hello, my name is Mike Johnson. I'm taking you on an inside and outside video tour of this 2021 Ford Mustang all-electric Mach E. This is the series' select rear-wheel drive. This is the most affordable version of the Mustang Mach E. It's a very cool car. By most affordable, that doesn't mean the cheapest, because this is a really expensive if you buy a brand new Ford. It's comparable with Tesla. It directly rivals with the Teslas and these other electric vehicles. This is a full electric with a long range, driving range over 200 miles. So this one, I'm going to include a copy of the Ford window sticker so you can see the exact options that this one features. But that is how it was built from the factory. The Ford dealer or Ford or somebody had this vehicle wrapped with a matte black finish and a red racing stripe going down the middle. The wrap like this probably costs $5,000 to have it done. And if it ever gets old and faded, you can just peel it off and then it looks like the original color. On the charging door is wrapped with a carbon fiber wrap, and they put Mustang E GT badging on it. Although this is not a GT, it does have the badging. It's a very cool car. It's loaded with all kinds of crazy technology that you might have to buy something like a Tesla to get, but this one has it. It's got wireless phone charging, Apple CarPlay, but wireless Apple CarPlay, which means when your phone is sitting on the charger, it's connected to the radio wirelessly, so you don't have to plug in a cord to get your Apple CarPlay to work. Plus it has Android Auto, works the same way. So if you have a Google Android phone or an Apple iPhone, doesn't matter, it'll work with this car. The car will it's able to use your phone as the key if you set it up. Once you set up your profile and everything and authorize the car, it can even use your phone to be the key for the car. So you could possibly leave the key at home. Ford has a lot of videos, there's a lot of review videos on YouTube you can watch about this car. Probably some people don't like it, but so far I like it, and I've only had it a day. But it was really clean when we got it. Only 20,000 miles. We've been playing with it all these last 2 days, and it's very impressive. So I shot this video before I get it dirty, driving around, because we will be test driving this around and putting a few miles on it. Make sure that we know what the hell we're talking about when you ask us questions. But it's a very nice clean car, low mileage. If you want to go buy a brand new one, you're probably going to spend 45, 55, 65 or even 75,000 to get a brand new one. And then people think, oh, if I buy a brand new one, there's some government incentives, perhaps up to $20,000 in government incentives. That's maybe true depending where you live. But this is a used one, and it qualifies for $22,000 in government incentives in my zip code, if you qualify for them. Here's one that everybody qualifies for. $4,000 federal tax credit for used EVs. They changed the tax laws for 2023, so now if you buy a used EV, you can get a $4,000 tax credit. That's a lot of rules, and everybody's trying to figure out how it works. But it has to be used. You have to be buying it for yourself, not for a company. And at least the first time it happens, up to possibly 3 times, you can get a $4,000 tax credit when it's sold to private owner. If you own a business and you want to put it in the company name, you're not eligible for that tax credit. It's only for sale to a person. $4,000 federal tax credit. And here in California, there's CVRP and rebate programs and this and that, $5,000 here, $5,000 there. Our local power company, we have Southern California Edison, they're offering up to $4,000 rebate. And if you read my description, I specifically list in the description some of these rebate programs. But what you really want to do, if you live in California, go on driveclean.ca.gov and check your local area and see what incentives are available to you. There's a lot of money. By my math, $22,500. If you're low income and you qualify for all these programs, that will be more than half the cost of buying the car. So let's say if you're low to moderate income, based on your zip code, and you qualify these programs, replace your ride and others, then you can go get more than half of the cost of buying this car paid for by the government. It's got LED headlights, these louvers that open up to let air into the radiator. It does not have an engine, but it has a cooling system for the electric motors, the inverters, and of course the air conditioning. So when you're running the air conditioning, these louvers stay open so air can get in and keep you cool inside the car. Although when I say car, this may be an SUV. They're calling it a crossover SUV. That means you could call it a car, you could call it an SUV, you could call it a hatchback. All of those statements are true. It is a four-door hatchback, small SUV type vehicle. Up in the front windshield, you see this almost a triangle shape? That is a front-mounted camera. It's got a front-mounted camera that has lane assist, steering assist, and it's part of what is really cool, the radar adaptive cruise control. So when you're driving, let's say you're in Arizona driving to California for some reason, or in California driving to Arizona for some other reason, and you set your cruise control on the interstate where the speed limit is 75 miles an hour, and then you may be able to set it for 80 or more, but you're cruising along at the speed limit 75 miles an hour on I-10, for example, and then somebody pulls in front of you and slows down for no apparent reason. You don't have to touch the gas, you don't have to touch the brake, you don't have to do anything. The cruise control is a smart, partially self-driving cruise control that will keep you from running into other vehicles when you're driving on cruise control. And you can follow that speed up, slow down drivers all the way into the city, and this thing will bring itself to a full stop if traffic stops ahead of you on cruise control. It's got these cool turn signals in the back. There's a little mark on the wrap right here, but this is like a $5 fix to solve that. We haven't even attempted it yet, but I'm sure we could get the red and fix that little blip there. These cool turn signals, when you turn left, it blinks like that. When you turn right, it blinks like that. Right now we have the hazards on so you can see it in both directions. Registration is current through July. There's no late fees or penalties, we believe, on this car. And when you see a car that's wrapped, this blue on the top of the mirror is the original color, but it's got this matte black, which is very cool. It's a unique feature. You can drive it around like that for years, and then if you get in a bad mood and you don't want the car the same color anymore, you can have it wrapped a different color, or you can have them remove the wrap. It's not very expensive, but right now it looks really cool. It's pretty new. Over here on the corner, you see this little sticker. This has Access OK carpool stickers on the car. It does have carpool stickers on it, so you should be able to drive alone in the carpool lanes of Southern California. We're going to go in and take a look at the inside. I'm going to open the hood. They call it some other weird name, which I don't know why they come up with that. There's no engine under the hood because it's an electric vehicle. have cargo storage under the hood. A little divider tray where you can keep some stuff up here. It's even got drain holes, so if it gets moisture in here, it can drain out. This is a partially open to the atmosphere hood area. In the back, it's a hatchback, and the seats fold flat. So you can hit the little button. There's a power open, power close rear hatch. It's got a concealment cover to hide your cargo valuables if they're in the back. These seats, you can hit a button right here, fold that flat. Now you're ready to make a trip to the furniture store or the dorm room and haul your furniture in and out like an SUV. Or a trip to Home Depot. You probably could fit a 10-foot stick of sprinkler pipe in here. It's got a lot of interior space. Unlike older Mustangs, there's not that many Mustang hatchbacks until this one. Especially not four-door Mustang hatchbacks. Not very many of those. You've got different features. You got 12-volt power point back here. There's a way you can wiggle your foot and the door will open on the back. But the car is on right now, so it won't do it. The car has to be off. It's got a very advanced Tesla style navigation screen on the dashboard. It looks like the size of a 18-inch computer screen. It's a large format screen. Right now we're streaming Apple CarPlay navigation from my phone, which is down here on the charger. It's charging. If I pick up my phone, it stops charging. If I set it back down there, we have wireless charging while it's sitting in the center console. To get Apple CarPlay in this car, you don't have to plug any cords in. It's working wirelessly through wireless communication. You've got steering wheel controls, of course. You've got electrochromic auto dimming mirror. You've got HomeLink garage door programmable openers, Bluetooth hands-free. This cool sport leatherette interior, very stylish. And it's a 60/40, so you could fold for cargo and have 4 people in the car, or have it folded for more cargo and 3 people in the car, or not folded and have 5 people in the car. I do recommend, to learn more about this car, go on YouTube and look at the reviews from different automotive reviewers that talk about the car to be more informed. I've only had it for 2 days to play with it, but so far it's pretty impressive. I don't buy that many full electric cars, but having a car priced under $22,000, which the government could be willing to pay or cover the cost of up to $22,500 of, brings the price down by more than half if you're eligible for those programs. Taking a closer look at the upholstery and interior with the doors open, we don't really see any imperfections to point out. This is the original color, and this is a wrap. It's literally like a sticker that's applied over the original paint. You could kind of also think of it as your car has a car cover over it, yet you can drive it. So the original paint, when you remove this wrap, it's possible to remove it and have perfect, fresh out of the factory paint surface after you remove the wrap. The wrap people know how to do it. It's not hard. If you have questions about it, call your local car wrapping place and ask them what they think. If you want it to be pink, you could wrap it pink. If you want it to be blue, you could put it back to the original color. If you want it to be red, you could wrap it red. For a harder to get car like this, it's a pretty appealing thing. You can't buy one in matte black from Ford, but this one is. So we're going on a little test drive of the Ford Mustang Mach-E with the Batmobile style matte black and red stripe wrap. I'm gonna hit the gas, but there's no gas. It's only electric. It does have different driving modes. They've got whisper mode, they've got in like an enthusiastic mode, and they've got one other mode. You can watch various reviews about this car to learn more about it from other people about the car in general, but this video is about this specific car. And this car is offered for sale as of June 2023. It has some noise, like engine noise that comes through the sound system. Probably there's software hacks and stuff that you can do to these cars to tweak them even more. It has a smart adaptive cruise control, which again, you can watch the YouTube videos online. Blind spot monitor radar. So, and rear cross traffic alert. This does have the system, they call it the Bliss system. It's a driver assistance. So when vehicles get in your blind spot, you know they're there on the open road. And when you're in a parking spot and backing out of a parking spot, it lets you know people or vehicles are approaching. The Apple CarPlay, again, it's wirelessly connected to the smartphone. That's your odometer reading. Notice it shows the speed limit for the street. That's the odometer reading right there, 23,000 miles. Front and rear parking assist system. All kinds of features with this car. Programmable driver memory. So if you set up your phone and everything, when you get in the car, the seat will automatically adjust for you. The mirrors will automatically adjust for you. The radio and everything else to your personal preference settings. Whether you like to listen to AM, this does have AM radio. I've been testing it out. There's no funny noises on the AM radio. It works perfectly well. Plus it has FM and satellite and Bluetooth and all that other connectivity capability. One advantage of an electric car is if you drive fast, instead of making roaring engine sounds when you're doing your crazy driving, there's no noise to the outside, so you don't call attention to yourself. So when the cop is sitting on his motorcycle listening to his police radio, they don't even hear you jumping on the gas, unless of course you screech your tires. It's a quiet. So thank you for watching my video tour of the Mustang Mach-E. Go to my website, mybestcar.com is the website, or go on my YouTube channel, which is the same, mybestcar.com, but on YouTube, when you search for it, there's no dot on YouTube search. Leave the dot off if you're on YouTube and you're searching for my channel. That's like a video resume of who the heck I am. And the company name, if you're going to buy the vehicle, is A Buyer's Choice. A buyer's choice is who you're going to pay your checks to for the purchase of this vehicle.